Welcome to the video lecture on using the order by clause in SQL. So up until now we've been grabbing data out of our tables with no rhyme or reason as to the order that the records get returned. So we're going to change that now. We can make sure that we get data returned to us in a particular order using the order by clause. So I'm going to open up a new query design window. Again, I'm going to close the Show Table dialog box. I'm going to change this to SQL. And I am going to once again use the customer T table. Okay, so not particularly concerned with what I'm displaying, so I'm just going to select star from customer underscore T, and now I can put in where clauses. I can do anything else I want. Remember from previous videos, all the different clauses. The last clause, the very last clause that can be used is the order by clause. So I'm looking at the customer T table, and if I don't have an order by clause and I run this, right, I get it back in the same exact order that it appears in the customer T table, and that's typically by customer ID. Okay, what I want to do now is I want to see this in some particular order. Could be for any reason, but I'm going to do order by customer name. When I run that, now I get all of my records back. The customer IDs are now jumbled, but now my customer names are in order. You see that? So I've got American Euro Lifestyle as A, then B, then C, right? CA, then CO. There's my Devlin Industries. You may or may not have that in your database, depending on if you did your insert into statement the same as I did. So you can see this. So that's nice. I get everything in alphabetical order. What if I wanted it in descending order? So by default, when you put something in an order by clause, it comes out in ascending. So if you're using numbers, you're using letters, both the same, it'll default to ascending. If we need it to be descending, we use DESC. So the four letters DESC means give me the customer names in descending order. When I run that, now the V is on top and it goes SPM in reverse. Should realize that some database management systems will sort capital letters before lowercase letters or vice versa, so just keep that in mind. So let's keep going with this because there's a little bit more to the order by clause. Let's do order by state, right? We run that. So here's everybody in state order. Now, you can look at this and you can say, oh, yeah, all right, so the states are in order, but I can see right away that the customer cities are not, right? So Santa Clara should not come before Sacramento if I'm really doing this in the order that I'm thinking. So we can have comma delimited lists of fields to set up the order by. So I can do customer state and then just put in a comma and say customer city, right? And run that. And now Sacramento comes before Santa Clara. But state gets sorted first and then the city, because that's the way I have it set up. Capiche? Right? So if I go back and I take a look at the SQL view, I want this ordered by customer state first, then customer city. So that when I run it, that's how my records will appear. All right, I particularly use that because those are the two things. Customer state had the repeated values. All right, and I can throw in descendings as well. All right, so I want to see customer state descending. Okay, I just put in the DESC. I run after customer state, so now customer state is going to be sort of descending. Customer city is going to be ascending. So let's watch how that works. So now my Washington is first, and I get Utah, Texas, Pennsylvania, Here I've got a couple of people from New York, and you can see that the New Yorks are in descending order in state, but the cities associated with New York, Albany and Hempstead, are in alphabetical order ascending. I can go back and I can switch that up. I can say customer city descending. I can run that. All right, so now when I look at the two customers that are associated with New York, now I see Hempstead is sorted before Albany. One other thing that you'll see in order by clauses used fairly frequently is the use of the index of the column. So column 1 would be customer ID, customer name would be 2, 3 would be customer address, city is 4, customer state is 5, postal code is 6. So if I go back into, click on query to get back into SQL view. If I go back into SQL view, I can change this to 5. So instead of saying customer state, I can use 5 as the index for that column, and I can use 4 to indicate that I want the city sorted. So if I run that again, I get the same exact results. You'll see that from time to time. It's in the text. The text uses that. But that's, in case there are many rows that you have to sort by. Order by clauses can be very, very long depending on the data set being returned. So that is the end of the video lecture on the order by clause.